we have our final storyteller, and she's a lovely, lovely person called Sarah Von Eck. She's the author of the hilarious self-help book, Stop Hating Dating, Start Being You. I love that title. Today she's here to share her light-hearted story that will have our single friends asking, what if the secret to better dating isn't fixing yourself, but giving yourself permission to be yourself? Please welcome to the stage, Sarah Van Eck. Hi. I love seeing everyone here. Thank you so much. When I was 12 years old, I worked at my parents' ice cream and donut shop. So fun. I'd get up at 6 a.m. on a Saturday and ice 200 donuts. And I left school early on Thursdays to do the late night shopping shift of donuts and ice cream. So I'd leave school at 1 o'clock and go in and serve everyone ice cream. And my parents really wanted to instill a strong work ethic in me. I liked it because I could buy Cosmo mags or K-Zone mags when I was 12. You get the little free spinners in the packet. But as I grew up, I ended up being able to use that job to help me save for my snow trip in year 10. And then by the time I was in year 11, I got a second job and I saved up for my first car, which was so exciting for me to have my independence. And the thing that I really took from that was I really needed to earn the things that I wanted. I needed to work hard to earn the things that I wanted in my life. And as I was finishing year 11, I wanted to flex this hard-working muscle and see what I could achieve. So I put my name down to be school captain. I was going to achieve something great. I was going to be school captain in my school. What I really wanted, though, was I wanted someone to tell me that I was lovely. I wanted someone to tell me I was great. I wanted someone to believe that I was lovable and that I was doing enough. I could stop doing so much. So I wasn't just trying to earn the position of school captain. I was trying to earn somebody's attention. Jack was a cheeky mix of charismatic and smart, enough that he was the front runner, well and truly, for the male school captain role. And I didn't think he necessarily liked me, but I figured if I just tried really hard, if I made his life really easy, and if I got a little bit prettier, that I might be able to pull it off. So I applied to be school captain alongside Jack. I started to wear my hair down more, even though it was super fucking annoying to get ready in the morning. And I actually ended up eating water crackers for 3 months straight because I wanted to lose weight. Wow. So, not ideal. But when I got my license, I was like, man, I'm one of the cool kids now. Like, I've got a driver's license. And I was actually a really useful person to be around because I would say yes to anyone when I said, did you want a lift? So it happened. We became school captains together, co-captains. I thought, this is great, here's my chance. And I very quickly realized that I was still very much invisible to Jack. And I really couldn't understand it because we had a master key to the school. We had my car that we'd take out to get supplies, which was pretty much always snacks. I didn't understand why we weren't making the most of this opportunity. We were wasting this opportunity to christen the backseat of my car during school hours. We were wasting the opportunity to make out in the middle of the performing arts block after dark because we had keys to it. I could not understand. It would have been so easy. I would have been so easy. I felt like I was doing everything right, you know, like before I'd pick him up, I'd burn a CD with all of his favorite songs and to play in the car back in the day when he'd burn a CD. I'd wear this black lace bra under my white school blouse to get his attention. And I'd go to his house and we'd study, and I'd give this motherfucker foot rubs. Like, what am I doing, you know? I could say that now. One Saturday afternoon, we said we're going to meet at the bowling alley and
do a few rounds of bowling. And Jack didn't need a lift from me this time. He was going to meet me there. And when he showed up with someone else, a girl named Becky. Becky was very showy and confident. I didn't understand why she was confident. She didn't have a car or a job. What are you talking about, right? But I remember the anger building in my body. I could feel the warmth rising in my body because I was so mad because he was giving her attention when I'd been doing all the right things. I'd been jumping through all of these hoops and I got absolutely nothing in return for it. I seem to carry that attitude towards dating into my adult life. So I ended up with this revolving door of dudes that I was sleeping with constantly. I ended up with an eating disorder because I constantly tried to make myself better and improve myself. And I was pretty much always alone on Valentine's Day, no matter how much I had tried. Where I lacked in my love life, I really seemed to make up with my friends. I'd surround myself with the craziest cunts, if I can say that. Yeah. Because when I got to be myself around my friends and they actually liked me, it was unbelievable to me because I'd been spending my entire life twisting myself in all these kinds of ways to be enough for someone else. So I ended up with some really amazing close friends that loved me for who I really was, even when I was a crazy cunt. So one of my best friends, Billy, him and I, we were hyperactive maniacs together. We worked together, but we would play rounds of Cards Against Humanity over the computer chat in between work meetings. Mm-hmm. Like, we set up a Slack line on our lunch break so we could go slacklining in between meetings. We just always had stuff to do, and we were just kind of united in our chaotic mess that we were, our hyperactivity. And I really latched onto friendships like that with Billy because I felt like I was enough for someone to give their time and attention to while I was being imperfect. About 2 years ago, or just over 2 years ago, I was sitting on a plane to head off to Bali. And I was going to Bali because my friend Billy was renewing his vows after 17 years with his beautiful wife. And their relationship is just beautifully astounding to me because she's an absolute goofball and he's a hot mess, and they just have this unwavering care for each other, and I just find it so beautiful. And I'm sitting on this plane and a text message comes in. I'd been kind of dreading going to Bali because I was going to be surrounded by all of my friends and I had to admit that I was single again. I know first world problems on a plane to Bali and you're fucking worried about what other people think of you, come on. But I'm on this plane and a message comes in, and I'd been, I guess, in a situationship with this guy. We'd been talking a lot about how our lifestyles were very different. I had a active, I guess, energetic lifestyle, and he definitely liked a more slower pace of life. And this message, he was kind of questioning whether or not he wanted his kind of, my kind of lifestyle to rub off on him. And for the first time, I read that message and I made that decision for him. Because I wasn't about to go and change myself yet again to try and get someone to stay in my life. I knew if I kept trying to change who I was for people to stay around, I was never going to have the kind of relationship that Billy had, where he could be himself and be loved. And I really started to realize all of the amazing friends I had in my life who loved me for who I was, being that crazy cunt. And why would I keep trying to change myself for some other person? So I sent a message, and before the plane started taxiing, I was done. I used to always ask myself, what do I need to be? Who do they need me to be? What do I need to be enough? And now more and more I've really been asking myself, what do I need to be for me? For my lifestyle, the life that I want to have? What do I need to be to feel good for me. And when I started being curious like that, I realized I really became magnetic to the people who were meant to be in my life. It's amazing the friends that drop off when you stop people pleasing, but it's also hectically intense, the kind of people that come into your life when you fully express who you are. So a matter of months after that Bali trip, I met someone, and I now dance like an idiot while I'm cooking in the kitchen. I roll around in the grass with my dog. I swear to the C-bomb quite a lot. You might have picked up on it. I cry over dumb shit, and we wear matching jumpsuits to the cinema and Christmas costumes to the airport. It's cute. And of course he loves me, because I am lovable as I am, and I don't need to be any other way in order to be loved. Because attraction doesn't happen when you sense yourself. Attraction happens when you respect yourself enough to be yourself.
Well, I'm sure you agree with me. I think we all love you. We love you. Because you're gorgeous and amazing, exactly the way you are. And I think we can all relate to, trying to twist ourselves into knots and all kinds of things to get the attention of, the teenage romance or whatever. And not only has Sally shared this amazing story and been through all this, but she's written a book about it. Like, she's written a book to help others, which is amazing. And I can't wait to give this to my teenage kids so that they can learn these lessons, young. Maybe a little bit late. No, it's never too late. It's never too late. So thank you so much. Give it up for Sarah.